Being a Harry Potter fan just got even better because we are getting the most ambitious Wizarding World fan experience to date, which is opening in 2026. Universal Studios, who has famously opened 2 Harry Potter theme parks called the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, one in LA and one in Orlando, is now expanding on Hogsmeade Village, Hogwarts Castle, and Diagon Alley, adding 2 new parts of the world for fans to experience. This is the 3rd renovation Universal has made for Potter fans, and they are calling this the next part of their Harry Potter theme park trilogy. We're going to see the first Fantastic Beasts themed area, as well as the Ministry of Magic. Plus, we're getting a brand new Harry Potter ride, all of which I'm going to cover in this video. Mark Woodbury, the CEO and chairman of Universal, just launched a new insane edition called Celestial Park, otherwise known as the Epic Universe. It is a massive project, actually doubling the size of the park, making them rival Disney World more than ever before. This project involves a giant hotel that has over 500 rooms, and when you go out of the hotel, it will lead to different portals, each of which takes you to a different world, whether it's Nintendo World, the Dark Universe, How to Train Your Dragon, and of course, the new Harry Potter edition. When you walk through the Wizarding World portal, you arrive at the first Fantastic Beasts themed area. The portal takes you to a 1920s Muggle Paris. You then pass through the Phoenix Arch, arriving in Place Cachet, which is taken right out of Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald. They plan to build these Muggle streets to the scale of real-life Paris, and this is by far the largest thing they have ever built. The smallest building in this edition is taller than the largest building in Diagon Alley. If you've been to Universal Studios, you know how insane that actually is. One big part of this is that you can purchase wands at a new wand shop. Instead of going to Ollivander's, you visit a new wand maker, Cosme Acajor. And this wouldn't be a Fantastic Beasts park without Fantastic Beasts. They are going to have a number of creatures from the movies done with both special effects and puppetry throughout this section. They'll also supposedly have people flying over the guests residing in bubbles just like in the film. The coolest thing about this part of the park though is the Wizarding Circus Le Cirque Arcanu. You enter a small tent and it magically opens up to a much larger space than the small tent originally portrayed. It will open up to the first ever indoor Wizarding World theater, and I assume they pull this off by going underground. Here they'll have incredible shows that far surpass the current shows they have in Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley. Just like the Hogwarts Express from Hogsmeade to Diagon Alley, they have something similar to go to the Ministry of Magic. You enter what they call the Metroflux, the Wizarding Mass Transit, which the park designers got help creating from the filmmakers, and I assume this means they got help from Stuart Craig, the man and the genius behind every set you've seen in the movie series. The Metroflux has you enter a fireplace, and it apparently fully mimics the flames engulfing you just like in the film. The Floo network then leads right to the Ministry of Magic, the thing most people are probably most excited to see. It is going to be to full scale, meaning you'll have the same experience Harry had in the Order of the Phoenix. This includes the massive Magic is Might statues, which is going to be a real spectacle. In this edition, they will also have a brand new Harry Potter ride that is unlike anything they have attempted before. It's going to be called Harry Potter and the Battle of the Ministry. This ride pushes the boundaries and is on a scale much larger than they have ever done before for Harry Potter. It is expected to be a dark ride with immersive, high-definition projections and physical sets to bring the battle to life. It's going to pull off some very complex motions, and it will not be in 3D like some of the other Wizarding World rides. It will contain more physical sets and very advanced animatronics. And for these animatronics, they're going to use what's called projection mapping, which places projections on the animatronics to make it look even more real and more like the characters or creatures' likeness. This shot of the Death Eater is a prime example of what it will eventually look like. The plot of this ride is really interesting. Guests enter the Ministry of Magic on the day of Dolores Umbridge's trial, which will take place after the final movie and after the Battle of Hogwarts wrapped up. As you board the elevator lift, we find out that Umbridge has escaped, and we the riders join Harry, Ron, and Hermione on a quest to capture Dolores. This part made me stop and think, because I'm not sure if the original cast will be able to come back and film sections like they did for the original rides. The actors will either be too old to reprise these roles, or they might just not want to because they moved on from the characters and the franchise. This makes me think that they're going to use their likeness through CGI or AI, which should be interesting. But anyway, this ride will have interactive technology, which allows guests to engage with the ride through physical actions such as using wands or other props. As the ride goes, we find out that Umbridge wants to bring back the time of Lord Voldemort. As you go through the Ministry on the elevator, you pass through key areas that were featured in the films, including the Department of Mysteries, which means we might see the Hall of Prophecies or the Death Chamber. Riders are then placed in the middle of a giant battle, hence the ride's name, the Battle of the Ministry. It seems as though the Death Eaters are the ones who break Dolores out. I think this ride is going to be much more like the Star Wars Rise of the Resistance experience in Disney World, which would be awesome because that is honestly one of the best rides I've ever been on, especially as a Star Wars fan. So getting that in Harry Potter form makes me pretty excited. The creators of this ride say that it will be a game changer, so I have high hopes. Let me know what you think though. Do you like the concept of these new additions as well as the new ride? And if you haven't been to Universal yet, does this make you want to go to the park more than before? And if you have been, does this make you want to return to the park? Comment below and let me know. Either way though, it is a very exciting time to be a Harry Potter fan.